Single dad quit his job. Then CEO came to his door. I accepted you quitting, not losing you. The resignation email was only 3 sentences long. Thank you for the opportunity. My last day will be Friday. I need to prioritize my family. Daniel Reyes stared at the sent message until the glow from his laptop blurred. It was 2:14 a.m., the apartment silent except for the hum of the fridge and the soft, uneven breathing of his daughter asleep in the next room. He closed the laptop, leaned back, and pressed his palms into his eyes. He didn't feel brave, he felt empty. For 5 years, he'd worked at Aurelian Systems, long hours, tighter deadlines, and a salary that finally made life feel less like survival and more like progress. For 5 years, he'd also been a single dad to Lily, now 7, who had learned early how to tie her shoes by herself and wait quietly while her father finished, just one more call. That night, the call had been from Lily's school nurse. Lily had fainted during recess. Again, Daniel had arrived breathless, tie crooked, to find his daughter pale but smiling bravely. I didn't want to worry you, she'd said, like a tiny adult. The doctor used words Daniel hated: stress, exhaustion, iron deficiency, routine. Routine. That was the word that did it. He had no routine. He had meetings, deadlines, late-night emails from the CEO herself, sharp, brilliant, relentless. He had daycare fines, microwave dinners, and guilt that sat heavy in his chest like a stone. So he quit. Friday came. He packed his desk in silence, ignoring the sideways looks. HR was polite. His manager looked stunned. No one asked him to reconsider, except one person. Daniel, said the voice that could command a room of executives into stillness. He turned. Evelyn Hart stood there, tall, composed, her dark suit immaculate. CEO of Aurelian Systems. 42. Widely feared, occasionally admired, never ignored. Do you have a minute? She asked. He nodded. What else could he do? They stepped into a glass conference room. Evelyn didn't sit. Neither did he. You're leaving, she said, not as a question. Yes. Why? He hesitated. He'd rehearsed something professional. What came out was honest. My daughter needs me. Evelyn's expression flickered. Something like surprise, then restraint. We could adjust your workload. I know, Daniel said gently. But I've adjusted for years. She's the one paying for it. Silence stretched. The city moved beyond the glass walls, indifferent. I'm disappointed, Evelyn said at last. I understand. She studied him, eyes sharp, searching. I won't stop you. Thank you. He left with a box under his arm and a knot in his stomach, feeling both lighter and unbearably sad. The first week was chaos. Lily was happier, sleeping more, laughing easier, but bills didn't care about laughter. Daniel applied everywhere. Smaller companies, freelance gigs, night shifts he could do after Lily slept. Rejections came fast. Savings dwindled. On the 10th day, a knock came at the door. Daniel opened it in sweatpants, Lily's sock in his hand. Evelyn Hart stood in the hallway. No assistant, no driver, just her, holding a paper bag and looking, somehow, uncertain. I hope this isn't inappropriate, she said. I brought dinner. Daniel stared. What are you doing here? She exhaled, a sound like she'd been holding it for days. May I come in? He stepped aside, heart pounding. The apartment was small but neat. Lily peeked around the corner, eyes wide. Hi, Evelyn said softly, crouching to Lily's level. I'm Evelyn. Lily glanced at her dad. She's the boss, Lily whispered loudly. Evelyn smiled. I was. Your dad is very important. Lily considered this. Do you like spaghetti? Yes, Evelyn said. Very much. That was how the CEO of a billion-dollar company ended up sitting at a chipped kitchen table, eating spaghetti from mismatched plates. After Lily went to bed, Daniel leaned against the counter, arms crossed. You didn't have to do this. I know, Evelyn said. I wanted to. She looked around, taking in the modest space. I accepted you quitting, she said quietly. Not losing you. He frowned. I don't understand. You were the best operations lead I've ever had, she said. But that's not why I'm here. She paused. For once, the words didn't come easily. I grew up with a father who worked himself into absence, Evelyn said. He was always providing. I learned early that money can't read you a bedtime story. Daniel swallowed. When you quit, she continued, I told myself I respected it. Then I realized I was angry. Not at you, at myself, for building a company where good people feel they have to choose. He said nothing. He was afraid if he spoke, his voice would crack. I want you back, Evelyn said. On different terms. Daniel shook his head. I can't go back to how it was. I don't want you to, she replied immediately. 4 days a week, no nights, no weekends, full authority over your team's timelines. And, she hesitated, a role shaping how we do work-life balance company-wide. He laughed softly, disbelieving. Why me? Because you walked away, she said. Most people don't. He thought of Lily's pale face, of the doctor's words. I need time. I know, Evelyn said. I'm not here for an answer tonight. She stood, then paused at the door. For what it's worth, she added, you changed something. In me. After she left, Daniel sat on the couch in the dark, heart racing, not with fear this time, but possibility. They started slow, consulting first. Lily's routine stabilized. The fainting stopped. Daniel cooked real meals. He slept. Evelyn kept her word. Meetings ended at 5. Emails waited until morning. When executives pushed back, she didn't budge. This isn't charity, she said once in a board meeting. It's sustainability. Daniel watched her in rooms like that, calm, fierce, unyielding, and felt something unfamiliar bloom. Respect, yes, but also warmth, curiosity. They talked more. About books, about mistakes, about loneliness, late at night, in corner offices and quiet apartments. One evening, months later, Lily looked up from her homework and said, Are you and Evelyn friends? Daniel blinked. Why? She smiles different when she's here, Lily said matter-of-factly. He laughed. She does, yes, like she's not bossing the air. That night, after Lily slept, Daniel walked Evelyn to her car. I should tell you something, he said. She waited. I almost didn't open the door that night. I know, she said softly. I'm glad I did. She met his gaze, vulnerability clear. Me too. A year later, Aurelian Systems was featured in a global business journal, not for profits, though those had grown, but for culture. Flexible schedules, retention rates that stunned analysts. At the company picnic, Lily ran between tables, laughing. Evelyn stood beside Daniel, handing him lemonade. You know, she said, that resignation email was the best thing that ever happened to this company. He smiled. It saved my family. She looked at him, eyes shining. Maybe it built something else, too. He took her hand. This time, he didn't let go. Because sometimes, quitting isn't the end. Sometimes, it's the beginning of being found.